So now we're going to talk about why God made people. And let's see, let me think. Why did God make people? Well, let's think about it. Why do you like toys? Why do you like friends? Why do you like to play sports or play music or instruments or go outside and catch lizards or watch the water or see the birds? Why do we do anything? Because we like it? Well, that's one reason why God made people. Because He liked to do it. You like things, God likes things. He liked to make people because He wanted to do it. Secondly, He wanted to share with other people. Just like if you have a brother or a sister, and I have 13 people in my family. I have 7 brothers and 5 sisters. You have a lot of different things that you experience when you have more people in your home. And so if you imagine a home where there's just you, where you're home all alone, no mom, no dad, no brother, no sister, no dogs, no cats, no pets. It's kind of lonely. Well, some people think that God made people because He was lonely. That's not true. God's never lonely. So what did He make people then for? That's kind of interesting. Well, God made people not because He was lonely, because He wanted to show us what He already knew to be true, which is that He's a God of love and a God of perfection. 2 things that we'll never understand really what those really are. We think we understand what being perfect means or not making a mistake, and we think what it means to know what love is, but the way we experience that is on a very different level. It's almost like when you eat at McDonald's a hamburger, and then for the first time in your life, you grow up and you get a steak. You realize the difference between red meat that's fried on a big flat pan and one that's a steak from a cow. Different cut of meat, different way of preparation changes how it tastes. Or in fact, when you are again growing up, you realize that the baby food you used to eat when you were a baby, you don't still ask mom and dad for Gerber food when you are older, because you don't want things that just are like that in a jar. So you want real food, right? You want more different types of food, whether it's chicken or burgers or whatever it is. So pizza and all that, right? So you can't do that when you're a baby. So you kind of grow to a different state of that's what you like, and it's what you want to experience because it's something that's what you want. So God wanted to create people because He wanted us to experience Him differently than all the other creation He had already done. Was angels. He did all the angelic beings, and He wanted to have us because He wanted to show that with us we have a spirit, we have a soul, and we have a body. So we have a spirit, a soul, and a body. And because we have all 3, angels only have a spirit and a body. We have a spirit, a soul, and a body. And because we have all 3, God made us uniquely different because He wanted to make us in His image and in His likeness. So that means He wanted to make us 3 parts: spirit, soul, body, just like God is Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So God is Father, Son, Holy Spirit. We are spirit, soul, and body. So He makes us to let us see a small example of what He is. He's 3 in 1. We are 3 parts in one body: spirit, soul, and body in one person, one body that we see. But inside my body, inside your body, is a spirit and a soul. Well, what is that? Well, the soul is your actual unique personality and character of who you are, what makes you you. And your spirit, well, that's a different thing. That, because of sin, is dead. You're born with a spirit, but he's not alive. But one day, God breathes life into your spirit, and your spirit comes alive. He does that through the work of His Holy Spirit. And when that happens, you become alive. And then your spirit is meant to be the part of you that communes or communicates or speaks with or talks with and has time with God, help understand God, to hear from God, to hear from Him, to understand Him, to just talk with Him. That's what your spirit is for. Without that spirit being made alive, we can't hear from him. We can't speak with him. We can't understand him. Our spirit has to be made alive by him. And he does that to certain people. And so he made people to help us to understand there's many different kinds of us. But why people did he make? To show that he wanted to express the many different ways in which he likes different things like we like different things. And as you grow out of one stage to another stage of eating baby food from a jar to eating steaks and chicken, God was making angels at first, and then he went to make people second. But doesn't mean he doesn't like us or didn't want us. He does like us, and he did want us. He just made us second after he made the angelic peoples. And so we are here to represent also, not just that God was having us be part of a process of showing what he likes and what he wants to be around and what he wants to enjoy. He also made us because he wanted to show what he is like. He's 3 in 1. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. We are spirit, soul, and body. We have his image and his likeness. So not only do we have his image of who we are in 3 in 1, where his likeness, we actually look. We look in the way he wants us to look to resemble him. So God, when you see him in heaven, isn't going to have 8 arms and 3 heads and 6 legs. That's silly. He's going to look much like us. And that's pretty awesome to think that the God of everything made us, of all the things he made, to look like him, to be like him, to be an example on this earth. As we walk around, we should always remember, wow, we're a walking billboard. We're like a walking toy, if you will, that tells us about Jesus.